Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that every gardener dreams of, a garden that keeps on giving. Imagine walking out to your backyard year after year to find fresh, nutritious food waiting for you, without reseeding, replanting, or constantly starting from scratch. No more endless seed packets, no more racing against the weather to get your plants in on time. Instead, imagine a self-sustaining garden, one that does most of the work for you. These are perennial crops, plants that come back stronger each year, feeding you again and again with almost no effort once they are established. In this video, we're exploring 9 of the best perennial crops you only have to plant once, and they'll keep producing food for decades. Stick around until the end, because not only will these plants save you time, money, and labor, but a few of them might just become your favorite homegrown foods of all time. Let's get started. 1. Asparagus. The perennial king. Asparagus truly deserves its crown as the king of perennial vegetables. Once planted, a single asparagus bed can keep producing for decades. Yes, decades. The first year requires patience. The young plants are busy establishing deep, strong roots beneath the soil. You'll need to resist the urge to harvest much at first. But by the third year, those crisp, emerald green spears start pushing through the ground each spring, long before most other crops even wake up. And the taste? Absolutely unbeatable. Homegrown asparagus is sweeter, more tender, and fresher than anything from the store. The best part? Once it's established, asparagus practically takes care of itself. A little mulch, some light weeding, and it will faithfully return every single spring. Some asparagus patches have been known to last 25 years or more. It's one of those rare crops that truly reward patience. Plant once, harvest for a lifetime. 2. Rhubarb. The early season powerhouse. Rhubarb might not get as much attention as it deserves, but this plant is a true garden treasure. With its bold green leaves and striking red stalks, rhubarb is both ornamental and productive. The flavor is unmistakable, tangy, tart, and deliciously unique. It's perfect for pies, jams, sauces, or even savory dishes. Once planted, rhubarb can thrive for 15 to 20 years with barely any care. It loves cooler climates and even welcomes frost, often being one of the very first crops to emerge in spring, long before most vegetables wake up. While your garden is still quiet, rhubarb is already ready for harvest. Plant it in a sunny spot with rich soil, and it will do the rest. Just remember, the stalks are edible, but the leaves are toxic. Once you know that, there's almost nothing else to worry about. Rhubarb is reliable, resilient, and rewarding. A true perennial workhorse for the home gardener. 3. Jerusalem artichokes, the underground gold Habensau. Known as sunchokes, Jerusalem artichokes are one of the easiest and most productive perennial crops you can grow. Once planted, they spread quickly and come back year after year, often producing more than you planted in the first place. From just a few tubers, you'll end the season with a basket full of delicious, nutty, slightly sweet roots that are amazing roasted, mashed, or sautéed. The plants themselves grow tall with cheerful, sunflower-like blooms that make them as beautiful as they are useful. But the real magic happens underground, where those crisp, knobby tubers wait for you in late fall. They store well, taste great, and require almost no attention. They're drought-tolerant, pest-resistant, and practically indestructible. One tip, though, give them their own space. Jerusalem artichokes spread fast and can easily take over a bed if left unchecked. But if you've got room to spare, they're an incredible low-maintenance food source that just keeps multiplying. 4. Horseradish, the fiery root that keeps on giving. Horseradish is one of those plants that once you add to your garden, it's there to stay. And that's actually a good thing. This hardy perennial is nearly indestructible. Once it takes root, it keeps coming back year after year, producing those powerful, spicy roots that can wake up any dish. Freshly grated horseradish has a bold, fiery flavor that no store-bought jar can match. It's the secret ingredient that adds heat and character to sauces, roasts, and pickles. Above ground, you'll see large, lush leaves, but the real treasure is buried deep below. Thick, white roots packed with flavor. Harvesting is simple, and even if you leave behind a small piece of root, it'll grow right back next season. Horseradish thrives in almost any soil, shrugs off pests, and spreads easily. so give it space or it'll take over. But if you love strong flavors and want a plant that gives endlessly with almost zero care, horseradish is a must-have in any perennial garden. 5. Egyptian walking onions. The crop that plants itself. Now, here's a plant that sounds almost mythical. The Egyptian walking onion, also known as the tree onion. Unlike regular onions that you have to replant each season, these unique onions have a clever way of reproducing all on their own. Instead of flowers, they form little clusters of bulbs and called top sets right at the tip of their stalks. When those bulbs get heavy, the stems bend over and touch the ground, where the bulbs take root and grow into new plants. It's as if the onion is literally walking across your garden, replanting itself year after year. You can harvest the green shoots like scallions, dig up the base bulbs, or use the top sets in cooking. They're hardy, resilient, and able to thrive even in poor soil or harsh weather. Once established, Egyptian walking onions will keep going indefinitely. No replanting required. They're the definition of a plant once, eat forever crop, and they add a fun, almost magical element to any garden. Watching them spread naturally over time is one of those simple gardening joys you never get tired of. 6. Artichokes. Beauty and bounty in one plant. Artichokes are the showstoppers of the perennial garden. They might need a bit more attention than some of the other crops on this list, but the reward is absolutely worth it. In warmer climates, globe artichokes can live and produce for years, offering those tender, delicious buds that make Mediterranean cuisine so irresistible. There's nothing quite like harvesting your own artichokes, steaming them, and savoring that buttery heart hidden within the layers. And even if you never harvest them, they're stunning to look at. Tall, silvery foliage, bold structure, and magnificent purple thistle-like blooms if you let them flower. Once established, artichokes can provide generous harvests every season, bringing both beauty and flavor to your garden. They're a statement plant, part food, part ornamental masterpiece, and the satisfaction of growing your own is unmatched. 7. Sorrel, the zesty green that never quits. If you've never grown sorrel before, it's time to change that. This underrated leafy perennial deserves a place in every kitchen garden. With its sharp lemony flavor, sorrel adds a refreshing brightness to soups, sauces, and salads. It's also one of the earliest greens to emerge each spring, often when the rest of your garden is still waking up. Once planted, sorrel just keeps coming back, season after season, with almost no attention required. Unlike spinach or lettuce, it doesn't bolt quickly, and it thrives in a variety of conditions, from rich soil to rough ground. You can harvest young tender leaves for salads, or cook the mature ones like spinach for a tangy twist. Sorrel has been a favorite in European kitchens for centuries, and once you grow it, you'll understand why. It's hardy, low maintenance, and dependable. A true perennial green that gives far more than it asks for. 8. Perennial kale. Endless greens. Zero replanting. For anyone who loves kale but hates starting seeds every spring, perennial kale is a dream come true. While most kale varieties only last 1 or 2 seasons, perennial types can keep growing for years with the right care. They produce a steady supply of rich, nutritious leaves that you can harvest again and again. No replanting, no fuss. Even better, these hardy greens bounce back after harvest and stand up well to cold, wind, and poor soil. Perennial kale fits perfectly into a permaculture or low-maintenance garden, where the goal is sustainability and long-term productivity. Once it's established, it becomes one of the most reliable crops you can grow, quietly providing fresh greens almost year-round. It's resilient, generous, and self-sufficient. The kind of plant every gardener dreams of having on their side. 9. Strawberries, the sweet gift that keeps on giving. To wrap things up, let's talk about one of the most beloved perennial fruits of all. Strawberries. These sweet little gems aren't just delicious. They're also one of the easiest perennials to grow. Technically, strawberries are short-lived perennials, but with the right care, they'll keep producing for years. Once planted, they send out runners, small shoots that take root and create new plants on their own. Before long, your small patch turns into a lush carpet of berries, spreading naturally and rewarding you with more fruit every season. There's truly nothing like picking a sun-warmed strawberry straight from the plant. The flavor is unbeatable, far sweeter and juicier than anything you'll find in stores. And the best part? They ask for very little in return. With a bit of mulch, some weeding, and a sunny spot, strawberries will happily provide bowl after bowl of fruit year after year. It's the kind of plant that gives back endlessly. Beautiful, productive, and deeply satisfying. Once you start growing them, you'll never want to go a summer without your own homegrown strawberries. And there you have it. 9 amazing perennial crops that you plant once and enjoy for years to come. Each one has the power to transform your garden into a self-sustaining, ever-giving source of fresh food, beauty, and flavor. Imagine stepping into your garden season after season, without replanting or reseeding, and finding food ready to harvest. Naturally, effortlessly, and abundantly. That's the real magic of perennials. So, which of these perennial superstars will you try first? Let me know down in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more simple, smart gardening tips. Until next time, happy gardening and enjoy the harvests that truly last a lifetime.